Okay. I don't know how long this has been on. So I had some technical difficulties the other day when I was meeting with my group. So I'm just recording this by myself, sitting on my beautiful patio here in Mexico. Uh, but welcome to Revolutionary Peace. So let me introduce myself very quick and why this is close to my heart and why I feel compelled to share it with you. So Revolutionary Peace was born, so to say, on December 12th, 2015, at approximately 4:15 a.m. It had been something on my mind. I'd been teaching yoga for several years. Um, and I just woke up one night unable to sleep and started writing. And by the end of the day, revolutionarypeace.net, unfortunately, was purchased and a website was started. And it's been in and out, but peace has always been um, part of my purpose, part of what I am always looking to share and give, uh, whether through yoga, through travel. Revolutionary Peace was what it was named on that night. And when I opened a travel business 2 years later, Revolutionary Travel is the name of the travel business. Changing the way you see the world, whether it be through how you're traveling or your perception of what the world is, that changes once you get there. So my goal today is I'm going to share first a little bit of what I wrote, not all of what I wrote that morning when I got up early and started writing. I wrote about 18 pages, I think. So I don't want to read all of that to you. We're not here to read a book. But I want to share a little bit of what came through on that night or morning, depending on how you want to look at it. And then I'm going to share a little bit of how, so it's what Revolutionary Peace is becoming right now. Right now, you're watching it happen, is a 4-week course where there is a recorded this. And once a week we meet live because the recordings have a purpose. It gets us through a lot of material quickly, but I feel like it's really important that it's also interactive, that nobody feels like they're alone, that we're being asked to share. So there's an interactive piece as well, and homework. Who doesn't love homework? All right, well, before I take up too much of your time, I'm just going to share. I'm going to put on my glasses because that's where we are these days. Of what I wrote on that December night in 2015. So it may be safe to say that some people believe our world is too far gone. Yeah, I wrote this like 9 years ago. People may think it's hopeless because people won't change, that they don't care, that our world is dangerous, and that we must fight terrorists, the government, police, each other, that materialism and consumerism rule our lives, that people are selfish and real relationships no longer exist. And just think back then, Bumble wasn't even ruling the dating world. We could probably keep going, but why? I do not believe any of that to be true. Awareness and admission of any problem is the first step towards resolving it. And I see a number of people that believe that I'm sorry, I'm going to mess up my words here. I see a number of people, and I believe that it is only the minority that has this negative connotation. And what you seek, you shall find. I know and I see many people that use their energy, their resources, their prayer, their voice to be a warrior for peace. Revolutionary Peace believes we must first discover our personal peace. Yes, in the middle of your crazy life, family, job, peace is there. It's the eye of the storm. If there can be a calm in the center of a hurricane, you can trust that it is in you. We can make it our purpose to find, feel, and live from that place of peace. Debris will sometimes knock us upside the head, but when we feel peace, when we believe it, when we know it, we are capable of showing it. When you find yourself in this energy, you may find more peaceful people begin to show up in your life. Peaceful people become a peaceful family, they become a peaceful community, and so on. My quote that was wrote that night, that is on my business cards and has been on my email for years. A world full of peaceful people equals world peace. We can begin this process with one small act of love, a prayer, forgiveness, a smile. It doesn't matter where you begin, just that you begin. This peaceful life, it sounds great, but remember, nothing is given for free. It all comes in balance. I have found to be firm, focused, and willing to sacrifice may be asked of us. Firm in the belief that peace is possible. We don't believe it's possible. It's not. Henry Ford, right? Whether you believe it is or it isn't, you were right. I didn't write that. I'm just telling you that now. That I can hold that space when life continues to happen around me, firm on my feet and in my heart that my contribution matters. And it is not just the things that I do, but also the things that I fail to do that matter. Missed opportunities to encourage or practice peace are equally important. That in all areas of my life, I choose peace, not just when it suits me. And this is how I know it's real. Focused, that I'm awake and aware to notice if I am not living my peace, and that I do not mindlessly become drawn into the drama. And last but not least, willing to sacrifice. I realize that some areas or some people that I'm attached to may fade as peace becomes a priority. That I may be disciplined in caring for my mind, my body, and my soul. If I am tired, it is easy to lash out at someone. If my energy is low because of nutrition or lack of sleep, I may let opportunities pass me by. If my body is aching or weak from misuse or abuse, meaning using it too much, it may be very difficult to maintain my place of peace. We are not alone. There are others that want the same as we do. Seek the company of those people. The intention of revolutionary peace is to share this journey and to help one another. And please do not confuse, if you know me, and 9 years ago, I didn't even know it to this extent, but please do not confuse a peaceful life for a quiet, boring, or uneventful life. We are not trying to take the easy road or avoid confrontation. We can seek adventure. We can challenge our peace by living in the real world with real people, showing that peace isn't just possible, it is the way. So most of that I wrote 9 years ago, almost 9 years ago. And the reason I say most of that is you'll find if you stick around and stay with me. I like to freestyle. I can't just stay on task. I can't just read from a script. So even if it appears that I'm reading from a script, I may be taking notes from a script. That will be the most scripted thing I do because I did feel the need and the want to share it. Let me figure out, I should have left my glasses on. I'm going to share my screen with you for a moment so that I can go through. There we go. Share screen. I want to go. I want to go here. Let me to it. And I want to go here. There we go. Revolutionary peace. Yeah, that picture is taken on my favorite beach in Luquillo, Puerto Rico. And my favorite place, Casa Coral. Most beautiful beach ever. And it's not, you can see it's not the white sand. It is just heaven on earth for real. All right. So welcome to Revolutionary Peace. Is it even possible? The short answer is yes. But the full answer we'll begin to uncover in 4 weeks together. I'm sure it won't end there. Just remember, peace is a process. It does not just begin here and then we answer it and we never have to look at it again. This picture here, isn't that gorgeous? That was Puerto Vallarta. I'm going to tell you all the photos that are used have come from beautiful places that I've been. Peace doesn't mean perfect. If it isn't peaceful around me, how can I be at peace? This is where the work is. This is what we want to focus on and discover we've been misled. And we've all heard this. This is old self-help news that if we have the perfect job, spouse, money, then we're going to be happy. And then we're not. We're like, shit, I swear to, sorry. I'm sure most of you are aware that these things will not bring you peace. And if it does, it tends to be temporary. And some of that temporary is because of choice. Some of that temporary is because life sometimes takes things from us before we're ready. Revolutionary peace is the opposite of numb. I already mentioned that. This isn't about being bored or uneventful or hiding. This is the opposite. This is where when you can find your peace, you can take more risks, you can try more things. Relationships aren't as scary because your peace isn't going to depend on just that. So what are we going to do in Revolutionary Peace? For 4 weeks, we will have, I already mentioned this, we'll have one weekly live call that is recorded. That means I would love if you can attend, but I might not talk directly to you at the beginning and the end, yes, but in the middle, just for time's sake, it's just going to be recorded with me, which is terrifying to me if we're being completely transparent, but we do scary things here with peace. And then an interactive call. This call will not be recorded, and that is very intentional as well. I want people to feel extremely safe to share and that what they share is never going to leave the group that it's in, that container, and it's also never going to be shared by me intentionally or accidentally. I would be horrified if I shared something accidentally. I'm not a fan of masterminds. I always feel like somebody is talking to me instead of not with me. So that's why the interactive part is very important to me, and maybe why I've been so hesitant to do this. I didn't read from there, but I'm pretty sure I covered that all. So what we are going to start with for week 1 is going to be our health. And this is for a good reason, as it says. We cannot be at peace if we are in pain. When we are in pain, it's more difficult to be kind. Pain blocks us from many of our emotions. I thought that's what it said, but I wasn't sure, because it is demanding our attention. There is something that has happened that is not fully healed. The thing about pain, when we have it, doing what is needed to alleviate it is our first big hurdle. So I want you to think of something like in yoga, I always used a toothache as an example, because it's not our fault. We didn't do something, and it is painful. It's annoying. It interrupts eating, talking, breathing. And so it's really hard to focus on anything else. It might be hard to be kind with your family, make it hard to be kind with yourself, maybe hard to get out of bed. So when we are in pain, it's really hard to find peace. Now, I will say, just like anything, there is a huge pendulum swing. And there's oftentimes when we become extremely ill and we have to come to peace with that. But that is for another conversation. So I'm not saying that with pain, peace is not possible, but I'm saying things that we can control, things that we have power over. It is our duty, I know, I'm so sorry, but it is your job that your body is in a state that you can feel peaceful. So lucky for us, we're going to start with just a few small things. Morning sunlight. There's several reasons for this. One, sunlight is going to set your hormones. Sunlight is going to set your circadian rhythm so that you wake up and also that you want to go to bed at night. So, I mean, if you're like, I got out at noon today, that's great. Yes, but we don't want to set that system going. And then you're like, I couldn't sleep. I got into bed. It's 1 a.m. I'm not falling asleep. It might be, I'm not saying it is. I'm not a doctor. I have none of those certifications, but it might be because your body is not seeing that sun until later and you're setting it off. Breathwork video, I actually meant to share that in here. If you're in my group right now, I know you already have it. So if you're seeing this later, hopefully there's a beautiful link right there for you to click to it. Movement, a 30-minute walk, and then adding some fruit and vegetables. I'm going to skip to the next page right away because it's all of the same things. And telling you why. And the one that I want to mention is this is not a diet. The reason I'm saying a fruit and a veggie is vitamins and minerals that our body needs to operate optimally. So we don't like to think about it, but when our body is lacking something, it has to be expressed in some way. And sometimes that comes through with anxiety, with not feeling whole. It comes through with low energy. So I'm not saying add a fruit or vegetable because I'm asking you to lose weight, change your body in any way, shape, or form. I'm just asking that your body has the things that it needs so that peace is possible. And then my little picture is hiding in my way again. With a full night's rest, we have more energy. So we're going to get a little bit more into that. Let's skip to the next page because here's your sheet. I can move it all the way out of the way now. So you have revolutionary health. That's just going to be week 1. I'm going to give you this sheet every week because I would love And obviously, if it's important to your peace, it's important to continue with the practice, but we're going to take it slow. Somebody said the other day in our live call that wasn't recorded, this seems really comprehensive. And I said, my goal is to make it comprehensive, where you're getting something useful, not something you've heard before, where you're getting something that you can use and put action to, but also that it's not complicated. So I'm trying to make it as comprehensive and not complicated as I can at the same time. So daily action, 5 to 10 minutes of morning sunshine, a 30-minute walk. I skipped past that really quick. That is you moving your body. Our bodies are meant to move. Our joints need to move. You're going to have bone strength from carrying the weight of your body. And also your lymphatic system is going to thank you for some movement. So again, doesn't need to be at any specific pace. You can choose to walk without music. You can choose to walk with a podcast. You can choose to walk with a friend, just making sure you're moving your body. And then your breath work video. So breath work is a gateway to meditation. And a lot of people are averse to meditating, and that's okay. So just 5 minutes of breath work to start getting us there. Homework this week, going to be very important. Very important. Please, 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 when you show up to the live call, if you haven't recorded a single thing, please have this 10, 12 to 15 things that you like about you that you have accomplished or that you are proud of. And I'm not telling you why, because then you won't come to the live call. But that is the one thing that please, please, from the bottom of my soul, I ask that you come with that. A sleep tracker, just keeping track of the time you go to bed, the time you wake up. How many hours of sleep are you getting? That's it. Just a little quote: sick, hungry, tired, hungover, healthy, nourished, rested, which will serve your peace. And with half our health, we are only half here. We really talked about that. I hope that is already hitting home. And then I just shared a quote. I will let you read that for yourself. Wednesday, please be ready for the live call. Have your list ready. It's in capitals because it really does matter. And I do ask on the Wednesday calls, because you won't be recorded, that we're live, that we're all there so we can see each other's faces. If something comes up that is not possible, I totally understand. But it is wonderful to see each other. This whole online thing, like I said, I am a little bit averse. This is a bit challenging, one, to be recorded, and two, I like to feel connected. And then we do have the WhatsApp group. I believe in this group, everybody's in it. But if you are hearing this and you are not in the WhatsApp group, please let me know so that we can get you in there ASAP. The links to the links to all Zoom calls will come through there. And a little encouragement, a little getting to know one another, and sharing the screen. So that's it. That's Revolutionary Peace for now. To give you just a little glimpse on what to expect after this, you're like, I wasn't signing up for a health program. You're not. It's just that we have to start the ground so we can build. If we start up high and then we build, then things tend to crumble, and we don't know why. But if we start from the bottom and we build up strong, we're not going to have to worry about that happening. So this week we're going to be talking revolutionary health. That's your project. The following week is our core values. This has been revolutionary in my life. Taking the time to actually look at those instead of looking outside and going, well, this person does this and this person does it that way. And you going, why doesn't this work for me? I don't understand. And we can listen to people and we're like, yeah, I resonate with that. And then we try to put it in action and we just can't seem to do it. Pardon me. So core values is extremely near and dear to my heart. I almost built the whole program just based on that. So that will be week 2. Week 3 is numbing, the things and the ways that we avoid. So we might surprise ourselves with how we do that. It might not be what you're thinking. So, and then week 4 is going to be where we draw it all together. And I'll leave that as a surprise, but that's where it all comes together and where we start making those shifts within us, and those shifts within us shift what is around us. We may not always want to believe that. And what I'm going to leave you with is, for me, revolutionary peace, health, my core values is all about taking self-responsibility. So It is all about being willing to actually look in the mirror or this camera, but to actually look at yourself. Um, that was on my list of things to discuss today, but I'm going to save it for next week. It's a fun word if you want to look it up in the yoga world. It's called svadhyaya, self-study, getting to know yourself. But with that getting to know yourself is self-responsibility. So not looking outside. It's not saying that anything bad has never happened to you. It's not saying that things outside of your control haven't dictated decisions that you have made or decisions you haven't made. But self-responsibility is just like taking control of our peace. Self-responsibility is our only way there. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to thank you so much for being here. I'm going to take a deep breath before I leave you because that was scary. So before we go, take a deep breath in, breathe out. 4,